Hello everyone, welcome to the session. Hi Sia, hello Ritik. Dance. I'm so sorry, वो health के चक्कर में. Now, after this session, your doubt would be the first one that I would answer, okay? So don't worry. Hi Ankit, welcome to the session. Hello Sumit, hello Arpit, good evening. Good evening guys, welcome to the session. I hope everyone's doing good. Yes. Hello Sushri, welcome to the session. Okay guys, so today is a continuation of our class on verbal ability. You know, इस series में हम लोग कर रहे हैं important questions of para jumbles, odd one out, para summary, para completion and sentence placement. Hello Isha, namaste. Hi Sibashish, I'm good. Actually, not good. A little down on the health side, but otherwise fine with the spirits. Hello Sia. Okay. Hi Ritik. चलिए. हाँ, okay. Share it with me on Telegram, okay? And I will answer it. If you've already mentioned it, I will have a look at it after the session. Arpit, I don't know. It's still not completely resolved, but hopefully will be better soon. Okay, चलिए guys, let's get started. Verbal ability. Again, उससे पहले मैं आपको हमारे इस initiative के बारे में बता देती हूँ. If there's any topic that you want us to take, please make sure to mention it, okay? Fill up the Google form, which is attached to the description box below, and we will take 100% free session on it, okay? Yes. चलिए. So guys, इस particular series में, I think we have covered, if I'm not wrong, 8th question किया था हमने, right? Let's start off from here. 9th question, which is a para jumble question. Sentence replacement, Ankit, not replacement, I would call it sentence placement. So sentence placement or sentence insertion is a topic which was added in the year 2022. So 22 में, 23 में और 24 में across all the 3 slots, sentence placement questions आए थे. Okay. Yes, I know. I'm looking very fatigued and all of that because it is honestly, you know, but I didn't want to miss out these sessions with you. तो जितना हो सके, I don't want to miss it out. So anyway, चलो, let's get started. Okay, hi Rishabh, hello, hi Saurabh. Yes, Sushri, आपसे ज़्यादा मैं wait कर रही हूँ. I know, right? I know. Even Amit sir is a little down and Ashish sir भी कुछ दिन पहले तबीयत खराब थी उनकी भी. I don't know, it's probably the weather or the flu season or I don't know what it is. Okay, hello Neelu, hi Shanawaz. चलिए guys, question on your screen, para jumble, answer करो. आपके पास 2 मिनट है, 2.5 मिनट है, and then we will discuss it. Come on. I want all of you to give me right answers now. Come on guys. Come on everyone. Come on guys. Everyone, all of you present, I want all of you to give me answers. Are, thank you Shanawaz, and be a part of the verbal ability sessions as well, ताकि आप verbal ability questions को भी equal accuracy के साथ crack कर सको. Okay. Right, so Shri says 3, 4, 1, 2. 3, 4, 2, 1. Ritik also echoes 3, 4, 1, 2. What about the others, guys? Come on, जो भी अभी join किए जल्दी से बताओ guys answer. 3, 4, 2, 1. अच्छा, so there's a confusion. 1, 2 या 2, 1. Right? चलिए, sort करते हैं. Okay, come on. It is hard to be sure since the huge fall in the worldwide mortality since 1950 makes comparisons hard. Hard to be sure about what? Okay, so this cannot be your opener. But according to Delia Grace of the International Livestock Research Institute, zoonosis cause a fifth of premature deaths in poor countries. Again, यहाँ पे this is a contradictory word. ये भी हमारा opener नहीं हो सकता. Zoonoses are diseases transmitted from animals to people, can be your opener. They seem to be becoming more serious. This cannot be your opener. So first, I think all of you have understood this. We mark out all the important language clues. Here there is a clear-cut opener and that clear-cut opener is 3. Correct. Now, we कैपिटलाइज ऑन दीज लैंग्वेज क्लूज, है ना. तो ये देखो, ये प्रोनाउन है दे, इट इज अ प्लूरल प्रोनाउन. इसको हमको एक प्लूरल नाउन के साथ लिंक करना चाहिए. दे सीम टू बी बिकमिंग मोर सीरियस. So they over here refers to what? It refers to this disease, right? Diseases, zoonosis. Okay. Now, but according to Delia Grace of the International Livestock, okay, zoonosis cause a fifth of premature deaths in poor countries. This is negative. It causes a fifth of premature deaths in poor countries. Guys, it's very important. जब भी आपके sentence में कोई transition word है, जैसे but, yet, though, however, etc. Okay, focus on the positive, negative classification. Right? This says causes a fifth premature deaths in poor countries. This is negative. So इसके पहले जो sentence आएगा वो क्या होना चाहिए? वो क्या होना चाहिए? वो positive होना चाहिए. So you will have a positive sentence, but, yet, however, and then you will have a negative sentence, right? You need to, make sure that the transition is smooth. ठीक है? तो which sentence is positive? Which sentence is positive? There's only one sentence which is positive. ये huge fall in worldwide mortality since 1950. Huge fall in worldwide mortality. मतलब, deaths कम हुए हैं since 1950. So it will be 1 and then 2. Okay. So 3. They refers to the diseases. Okay, so zoonoses are diseases transmitted from animals to people. They seem to be becoming more serious. It is hard to be sure. Sure about what? Sure about the seriousness of zoonoses. Okay, so पहला sentence बोल रहा है कि they seem to be becoming more serious. Then one says, but it's hard to be sure कि serious हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है, क्योंकि deaths तो देखो भी कम हुए हैं, right? And it gives a positive statement. Then we say but नहीं, but देखो, fifth of premature deaths in poor countries. Okay, got it, guys? So I have answered this question only by capitalizing on the language clues. Nouns, pronouns, but, yet, though, therefore. Focus on these words, guys. Okay, ये but वाला चक्कर ना, I think most of you get it wrong. ये positive, negative वाला समझ जाओ. Okay. But 4 is also positive compared to 1. How is 4 positive? It says they seem to be becoming more serious. A disease becoming more serious is not positive. A disease becoming serious, more serious. How is that positive? Okay, that's not positive. Positive over here is that there's a fall in the worldwide mortality since 1950. Okay, and one more correction I'll tell you. Okay, I've already comparison. Okay, which comparison? Comparative degree of adjective कहाँ है? ये more serious है ना? पहले serious, more serious मतलब comparison कर रहे हो आप. So 4 and 1 का भी link है, right? This adjective link is generally ignored by most of the people, but ये देखो, comparison's hard. Which comparison? About the seriousness of the disease. Okay, done, guys. Come on. चलिए next question पे चलते हैं. Essence of the text. You have to tell me which option gives you the main gist, essence of the text or author's position. Okay, ये याद रखना guys कि इसको essence of the text बुला सकते हैं, para summary बुला सकते हैं, author's position बुला सकते हैं. It is the same thing. We have covered the rules. It's more जब essence of the text है, you're basically looking at the central idea. Okay, which is the main idea, and that's usually found either in the beginning or at the end of the paragraph. Keep in mind the author's tone, keep in mind the author's main opinion. Chalo, I'll leave you with this question. Jaldi se answer batao, 2 minute में. Chalo guys, 2-2.5 minute, that's all. Come on everyone. Guys, verbal ability में भी figure out your strengths and weaknesses. Okay, it will really help you to answer and select the questions. Come on, everyone. Ankit, 3-4-1-2. The correct sequence was 3-4-1-2. Come on. Okay, Sumit says C. What about the others? Anthropogenic, caused by humans, caused by mankind, is called anthropogenic. Acting in concert, acting together. Okay. Okay, guys, let's understand this. So, most of you are going with C, right? So, I will not debate. Okay, you're right. The answer option is the right answer is C. Wonderful, guys. So, quickly, since you've got it right, okay, quickly, I'll just explain this. Basically, they talk about how human actions or anthropogenic activities are causing troubles, especially sea troubles. Okay, and it also says that little is recognized. Little matlab hardly anything, almost zero, matlab kuch bhi nahi. Little is recognized by policy makers, let alone the general public. So, but so much is happening. So many marine, marine ecosystem damage हो रहा है, पूरा का पूरा destroy हो रहा है. Yet, attention is not being paid by policy makers and even the general public. Okay, neither the policy makers nor the general public seem to recognize the serious implications the sea's problems would have for mankind. यहाँ पे cause and effect reverse किया है. It is not the sea's problems would have for mankind. It is how mankind's actions are creating problems for the sea. ठीक है, तो ये out हो गया. Human activities are adversely affecting marine ecosystems. But the policy makers are ill equipped. Nothing has been told about their equipment, or nothing has been told about their preparation. Nothing has been told about their resources. It's not that they are ill equipped. It's just that they're not even recognizing it. ध्यान ही नहीं दे रहे. Ill equipped मतलब वो लोग capable नहीं है. We are not talking about their capability here. We are talking about their ignorance here. So answer option will not be B. Okay. So they don't seem to recognize the implications. Okay, the grave implications. Now, you all tell me, ma'am, यहाँ पर भी seas troubles would have for mankind दिया है. True, यहाँ पर भी seas problems for mankind दिया है. But यहाँ पे ये भी दिया है कि human activity is affecting the marine ecosystems. And that implication or that part is missing in A. Anthropogenic climate change is adversely affecting marine animals. Like, ये important essence of the text नहीं है. We've discussed this in our, classes as well कि जब भी essence of the text की बात आती है, looking at the main idea, and examples are not main ideas, they are just supporting or subordinate ideas. Okay. Can, what do you mean by can, Ritik? Can does not mean may, probability. Nahi. Can means ability. That means human activity has the ability to affect or adversely affect marine ecosystems. Can is fine here. Okay, it's not about, it's not may problematic ho jata. Let alone the general public, matlab, it basically means that the policy makers should pay more attention to it. But someone who has a bigger stake in it, they themselves are not recognizing it. तो public की तो क्या ही बात करे. Okay, Anand, got it? So it means even the general public is not recognizing it, even they should. But more serious, according to the author, is the ignorance on the part of policy makers. Okay, right, clear. Let's go to the next question. Come on, 11th one. Yes, Sia. Okay, so you identify कि कौन से cases में correct होते हैं आपके para jumbles. If there are more language clues, then it is correct. Is it genre wise? Then is it correct? what are the reason, like मतलब इस particular genre के पैराजम्बल्स फिर भी हो जाते हैं, छोटे sentences फिर भी हो जाते हैं, या जहाँ पे language clue ज़्यादा है वो फिर भी हो जाते हैं. I think if it's language clue ज़्यादा है, I think that's when you're getting it right, Sia. Then you try and select those PJs in the exam जहाँ पे language clue ज़्यादा है, उसको थोड़ा सा और strengthen करो उस ability को, और थोड़ा सा logical area पे strengthen करो कि logical relations क्या हो सकते हैं in order to get a PJ right. Okay, come on guys, sentence placement question on your screen. You have to tell me ये sentence paragraph के कौन से हिस्से से लिया गया है. Okay, yes Ritik. This is I'll take rest Ritik for 2 minutes, but this is what Ritik's comment is an example of euphemism. Okay, it's a positive way, or it's a sugar coated way, or it's a better way of saying ma'am keep quiet. Okay, chalo, sentence placement. Come on everyone. Okay, so you've gone with the answer A or C, but majority wants to go with C. I'll explain, Saurabh. So no. Okay, guys, the right answer to this question is C. Okay, that is, it should come in the place of blank 3. Okay, let's understand how do we sort this question. Most you've got it right, so I'm very happy. Again, guys, यहाँ पे important language clue था. Here in lay, मतलब यहाँ पे मिलता है. Here in this we find in fact is more like restating the previous sentence. Okay, अब देखते हैं. Europe was so organized socially and economically as to secure maximum accumulation of capital. मतलब capital was collected or accumulated in the hands of a few people. There was some continuous improvement in the daily conditions of life for the mass of the population. मतलब the common man के लिए, guys, common man के लिए मैं आपको एक important word देना चाहती हूँ, hoi polloi. Okay, hoi polloi basically means the masses or the common man. So common man के conditions में भी improvement थे, but increase income into the hands of the class least likely to consume it. मतलब एक्सपेंडिचर ज्यादा नहीं करते थे, उनके हाथ में ज्यादा पैसा आता था. ओके, और वो क्या करते थे? व्हाट डिड दे डू? दे फोकस मोर ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट रादर दैन इमीडिएट कंजम्पशन. तो वो ज्यादा खर्चा नहीं करते थे. दे फोकस मोर ऑन इन्वेस्टिंग द मनी. Okay, it was precisely the inequality of the distribution of wealth which made possible those vast accumulations of fixed wealth, because investment करते थे. So fixed wealth जैसे आपके capital assets हो गए, land हो गया, fixed wealth and of capital improvements which distinguished that age from all the others. अब ये देखो, यहाँ पे आया हमारा keyword capital improvements. The main justification of the capitalist systems. Okay, now what is the main justification? If the rich had spent their new wealth on their enjoyments, the world would long ago have found such a regime, such a regime. This was the main clue, this was the main giveaway, which should have, आपको आंसर मिल जाना चाहिए था. Such a regime, which regime are you talking about? The capitalist regime or the capitalist system, wherein there's a collection of money in the hands of a few people. Okay, so that's why the answer option over here is 3. Wonderful, very good effort, guys. So like a euphemistic, okay, like verb form. I don't think so. You can use it as a verb. It could be either used as a noun or an adjective. Okay. Euphemicize. I have to check this out. Okay, chalo, let's go to the next question. Chaliye, odd one out, guys. You have to tell me which statement is not a part of the paragraph. Come on. Are very good. Yes, Arpit. Wonderful. Euphemism. EUPHE. बस आपका स्पेलिंग थोड़ा सा इधर उधर हो गया, वरना it is correct. Euphemize. Wonderful. Okay. Which one, Ankit? The sentence placement you're talking about? See, because each question is different. So the keyword, a keyword for one question may not apply to the other question. Each question is different. So it's more about the technique rather than the keyword. Okay, next one. Odd one out. Here you will have to form subsets. Okay, and whichever sentence is not fitting in, that will be your answer. Come on. Okay, Saurabh says 3, Sia says 3, Shanavaz also says 3. What about the others? Okay, okay, guys, come on, let's discuss this. But I'm very happy you've all given the right answer, guys. The right answer option is 3. Okay, wonderful. Very good effort. Chalo, let's understand this. So, the trans-realist author who creates a detailed and realistic depiction of American high school life will then shatter it open with the discovery of an alien flying saucer that confers superpowers on an otherwise young ordinary man. अब ये क्या story है? Okay, देखते हैं. The formulation of trans-realism as revolutionary becomes especially meaningful when compared to the uses trans-realism is put to by the best of its practitioners. It rejects artificial constructs. Okay. Trans-realism argues for an approach to writing novels rooted first and foremost in reality. But through this realist tapestry, the author threads a singular, impossibly fantastic idea, often one drawn from the playbook of science fiction, fantasy and horror. See guys, there is a mandatory pair 5 and 1. Okay, 5 and 1 is a mandatory pair. They have to come together. Why? Because ये बोल रहा है कि एक प्लॉट को एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है कि एक इम्पॉसिबली फैंटास्टिक आइडिया, मतलब जो हो ही नहीं सकता है, मतलब इट्स कम्प्लीटली अनरियलिस्टिक. ओके, एंड जनरली दैट डील्स विद साइंस फिक्शन. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एक अमेरिकन स्कूल चल रहा है एंड देन सडनली एन एलियन फ्लाइंग सॉसर कम्स इन. ओके, एंड फिर एक यंग मैन में सुपर पावर्स डाल देता है. दैट्स एन इम्पॉसिबली फैंटास्टिक आइडिया, वैसे हो नहीं सकता. दैट्स ऑल्सो रिलेटेड टू साइंस फिक्शन. ओके, सो 5 and 1 का लिंक है. करेक्ट, एक लिंक वहां पे हो गया. देन 4, of course, is the opener that also talks about writing novels rooted first and foremost in reality. Okay, rooted first and foremost in reality. Okay, so 4 bhi, of course, that explains what trans realism is. So that becomes the topic. वो topic का statement हो जाता है. Now we have to decide between 2 and 3. The formulation of trans realism as revolutionary becomes especially meaningful when compared to the uses trans realism is put to by the best of its practitioners. Okay, now how do you justify this? अगर आप यहाँ पे देखोगे 4, 5 and 1 and then 2 becomes the conclusion. Okay, the formulation of trans realism as revolutionary becomes especially meaningful. You know, this kind of depiction becomes especially meaningful. Now, why do you feel 3 is the odd one out? Just because it didn't have the word trans realism? No. You have to make a sequence or at least mandatory pairs, Anant. At least थोड़े से subsets बनाने पड़ेंगे, फिर जो statement बच जाता है. It rejects artificial construct like plot and characters in favor of real events. But guys, यहाँ पे plot तो है ना, plot तो है ना. कहाँ दिया है it rejects plot? Plot और story तो है, and author's experience. But 5 and 1 अगर आप देखोगे, वहाँ पे एक plot है, वहाँ पे characters है, and it is not even related to real life. So actually 3 is contradicting the other statements. So it's a contradictory statement. Meaning wise, it contradicts the others, and that's why 3 is the odd one out. Clear? 1 nay, because this of the word so here, it's a continuation. Okay, got it, guys? Clear with this? Okay, last question, guys, come on. Last one, odd one out. Okay, chaliye, last question for today, come on. हाँ, but you have to have an answer कि odd क्यों लगा. Come on, everyone. What do you think? You say 5, 3. Different answers, guys. Okay, let's understand this. Intuition and imagination are why children are natural philosophers par excellence. Because young children have not yet developed standard cognitive skills to express themselves, they use their imagination and they rely on it to convey their understanding of the world. Okay. Imagination is also the language of fairy tales, legends, and myths. It reaches far into the world beyond the evidence of our senses and is therefore philosophical in scope. Imagination is the language of intuitive knowledge springing from our inborn relationship with the world. Okay, now, which sentences do you find definitely linked to one another? Come on, you tell me. कौन से sentences definitely linked है या कौन से mandatory pairs है या subsets है? Come on, guys. Any mandatory pairs or any subsets? आपने क्या कौन से links बनाए? Come on, guys. Two and four. Okay, see, one mistake that you would have probably made is आपने पहले अगर आप when you read the statements, if you first decide which is the odd one out and then you try to figure out the link, that is wrong. First you treat, of course, if a statement is completely contradictory or completely out of scope, फिर ठीक है, you can make up your mind. Otherwise, if all the statements look related, first build, treat it like a para jumble and first build subsets, okay? Now see, will all of you agree that there is a link between 5 and 3? Imagination is the language of intuitive knowledge springing from our inborn relation with the world. It is also the language. Also मतलब एक और. तो एक तो ये language है और एक also. So imagination is the language. Imagination is also the language. Okay, so 5 and 3 का एक link लग रहा है. Okay, in terms of consistency. So 5 and 3 का एक link है. It is also the language of fairy tales, legends and myths. अब ये fairy tale, legend और myth से क्या मिलता है हमको? हमको मिलता है statement 4. That means far into the world beyond the evidence of our senses. मतलब जो हम देख नहीं सकते मतलब it's beyond that world of fairy tales, myths, that is beyond your senses, right? World beyond the evidence of our senses. The world beyond the evidence of your senses is what? It is fairy tales, legends and myths, है ना? So हमको मिलता है अभी तक 5, 3 and 4. Okay. अब इसके बाद which statement are you going to put? Okay. Now intuition and imagination are why children are natural philosophers par excellence. Okay, this could be a summary of intuition, imagination, ये keywords है यहाँ पे used है. Because young children have not yet developed standard cognitive skills to express themselves, they use their imagination and they rely on it to convey their understanding of the world. Now, answer is actually 2. Okay, 2 is the odd one out. Okay. See, if you have a look at this particular article, actually all the statements are a part of the paragraph. ठीक है. अब इसको कैसे एक odd one out में convert किया गया है? You're looking at obvious links. तो 5, 3, 4 का एक obvious link है. उसके बाद now we have to decide should we keep 1 or should we keep 2? See, if you are not going to keep 1, फिर ये लगेगा अरे but then why have you used imagination and intuition? Why have you used these two words? Okay. And 2 में it's again only focusing on imagination, then what about intuition? Right. But if you look at 2, young children have not yet developed standard cognitive skills to express themselves. This is slightly going into a different territory. They use their imagination and they rely on it to convey their understanding of the world. But we are not talking about the understanding of the world around you. We are also talking about the world beyond the evidence of our senses. Did you understand? Okay. 1 and 2 look like pairs too. Now suppose I put 1 and 2 together. Okay. Intuition and imagination are why children are natural philosophers par excellence. Okay. Because young children have not yet developed standard cognitive skills to express themselves, fine. They use their imagination. But इसमें intuition का कोई role नहीं है. 2 में, if you're just saying 1 and 2 is a subset, 1 caters to intuition and imagination. 2 caters only to imagination. It does not cater to intuition. So how can you say it's a continuation, or how can you say it's linked? Just because of the word children? No. Okay, think about this. Okay, we'll discuss this. If you have further doubts, we'll discuss this. But 5, 3 का एक link है. 3 and 4 का एक link है. If we have to decide between 1 and 2, we'll go with 1 because it talks about both the keywords which are mentioned in the para. It is more holistic. 2 is specific only to imagination, plus it's talking about the immediate world. Okay, anyway, you have a look at it, and if you still have doubts, we'll discuss it in the next class. Okay, done guys? Chaliye, we'll stop here for now. Sorry. Okay, so guys, Raksha Bandhan, okay, is coming up on Saturday. So there's a Super Bandhan sale wherein you're getting our MBA Pro course for just 6,999. All you have to do is apply the code MBA in order to subscribe. ठीक है, cat assured feature मिलता है guys आपको pro subscription के साथ. So anyway, thank you so much guys for joining in. Don't forget to apply the code MBA and call up this number if you have further doubts. Okay, and I'll see you all soon guys for the next class. Yes, Sushri, I will send it across. Yes, Sia, I will also answer your query. Okay, done guys? Done everyone. Take care everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. I will see you all later. Chalo guys, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great weekend. There are a lot of festivals this weekend. Kal bhi chutti hai, kal bhi tyohar hai. And Saturday is again Raksha Bandhan, so it's a long weekend. I'm sure all of you are going to enjoy, but preparation karna mat bhulna. So otherwise, happy holidays guys, and I will see you all on the other side. Thank you so much everyone. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you.